Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, welcome to another edition of OTG Optimize the Game with your boy, your co-host EGlaze, and that guy with Randy Watson section chocolate himself, Bobby J is in the building.
What's going on, family?
We have survived here. I know there's some people in the Northeast Georgia that's got some slick weather, some power went out, but we got power. That means we're able to do the show.
You
So, man, we're
breathing?
gonna give y'all the show today, man, and with so much going on, and today's topic, Bobby, I did see. Hopefully, you got that about what we're talking about today, and uh, pain. And I'm not just talking about physical pain. I went through physical pain 3 months ago, but pain in general, and it kind of really stepped forth. I don't know if you knew I got Kelton. He was at Scott, what we used to call him. I don't know if you remember him, Bobby, from AT&T
I know.
days.
I
Yeah,
don't.
but he was in. We used to call ourselves. It was a group of four of us. Called ourselves the Central Zone Clique back in the True Rewards days. So um, he passed. He was about 56 years
Oh,
old, young guy.
wow.
Surprised me, and just again the pain of dealing with that and moving forward. And I know what you got with Mama Kayama and just all that stuff that's going on, man. But how do you continue to, in pain, one, don't rush the comeback of pain?
Mhm.
Because I've learned the fast way. You out there trying to, funny story, I was out there playing with my dog and I tried to plant like I was, 23 years old. My Achilles quickly reminded me, hey, bruh, you still recovering and you 52, so calm down, bro.
That's real.
So I guess my
That's
first
real.
question, Bobby, man, we going into, first of all, how you doing today, sir? What's going on with you, man?
It's an appropriate time. You always pick the most appropriate topics, man. Like, yeah, I don't. I'll be like, all right, let's see what Glaze gonna talk about. And then I'll be like, dang, the day gets here, and I'm like, he be proverbial nail on the head.
I can just
But
feel
yeah, man.
pain everywhere, man. We can just feel it, man. We can feel it.
Yeah, and that's it, dude. It's 2026 has been a rough start, man. God dog.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. But I'm glad you talked about not just dealing with the physical pain. Honestly, I truly believe that's the easiest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, you're God bless us at 50 and our Achilles and and our patella tendons and all of them ACLs, and we don't heal like that no more. So that physical pain ain't nothing to play with, but it heals. It heals. And you can notice when, like you said, all right, I know when it's about time to get the boot on, and now I know it's about time to take this. When it's the emotional pain or when it's the mental pain, you ain't really got them markers like that to tell you, and so you just kind of got to figure it out. That's a struggle. That's
Yeah,
a serious struggle.
it's funny when you say that because when people say, "Man, were you injured?" I can just pull up my pants. Say, there go the scar right there. That's the swollen. Yeah, so I can see it. Emotional, man. A lot of us, especially men that I know, I will say it like that. We be like, "We all right, bro," and you be like, "You sure?" Because um, we don't want to show. And we talked about that in many shows. And me and Bobby gonna emphasize one thing in this show: y'all ain't as tough as you want to be, so you need to be able to get it off
But
your chest, bro.
but you
Because we
better
don't want
speak
to
on
see
it.
y'all in funerals. We don't want to see y'all in the jail. We don't want to see y'all looking like that crazy Corey Holcomb, which I would not get into that. But because
Somebody
I've
read
always
Substack.
because I've already thought things about that young man, but I'll just leave that alone because he be trying to come at me, and I ain't gonna be in your show nice. I'm just gonna tell you that right there. But anyway, man, and when you're dealing with those type of emotions, man, you always find people trying to pass by 'em. But the day we're going to talk about and the things I wanted to focus on today is not being in a rush to get through your pain to where you think you're done, but you still got a lot you're still holding on to, and
Yeah.
sometimes that'll hold on. And my first question, Bobby, I wrote my notes out. Why do we struggle with patience when we're in pain or under pressure?
How much time we got? Golly, we could go down a diatribe of things on that. But I think a couple of things. First off, we live in this microwave society. You
Right.
know, we just think that. we pop a pill or watch a YouTube video, and we straight, we good. Um, Everything is a process, man. It's I think the first part of it, though, when we talk about how do we deal with this pain, how do we not rush it, is to first acknowledge the pain. You
Yeah.
said it best, man. I think one of the two worst word phrases put together for black men, especially, I'm good.
I'm
No,
good.
no. I mean, we ain't gonna keep rubbing our boy's name in it, but I walked into Jay's office one day, man, and he was we were doing chess. He was one of my chess clients at the time, and it traditional, obligatory. Hey, brother, how you feeling? Oh man, I'm good. And he looked at me and said, "But how you feeling?" For the next 2 hours, man, I just blubbered because I was finally able to acknowledge what was already everybody was already seeing. We
Yeah.
think we hide it.
Yeah.
Nah. Your spouse sees it, your children see it, your coworkers see it, your co-hosts see it.
Yeah.
Like we ain't hiding as good as we think we are. So the first thing we got to do before we can start talking about how to move forward in this pain and how to go through this process, got to first acknowledge it. Get that ego off your shoulders and admit, hey, I'm hurting over here.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that, Bobby, is we are all bad poker players. There are only about 5% of us that are great poker faces. The rest of us be
Don't
like,
take me to
I'm
Vegas.
good.
Don't do
Yeah,
it.
I tell you every card I got.
Right, right.
Yeah, he bluffing. But yeah,
You
man, because
bluff.
a lot of times you talk about that. We are unfortunately told, we know time ain't on our side. So we always feel like we gotta get it back well and all that. But it's funny. You talk about patience. When I first tore the Achilles, the first thing you brought up YouTube. I went and saw everybody was talking about they were back walking in 3 weeks and this and walking fine and the surgery went well and I'm out of my cast. My doctor told me, "Oh, you're gonna be in the cast for 6 weeks." I'm like, "That ain't what YouTube said. YouTube said I could be I'll be out in 2 weeks and back to
Right.
a Buddha." We are not really listening to ourselves a lot. We are too busy saying, well, if he can do it, or social media says they can do it in 5 minutes, should be out there making it. Or if it's our emotional pain, hey, man, get over
Yeah.
that, man. There's money to be made. We got things we got to do. I think we just never really just pay attention to us to be patient. We don't give ourselves patience. We always try to figure out ways that, hey, I can't sit here for too long and take care of myself because somebody else needs me. What you always say and what people always say, they won't need you if you're in the ground or you
Right.
can't walk.
Right.
Boy, you talking about humble when you can't drive and you've been driving, you got 6 weeks off for not driving, dog. Come on, man. I was
Bruh.
like, you can't go
We don't we,
nowhere.
we take things like that for granted. Like
Yeah. Just jumping in the car and going. No, it was like you can't do none of that. So uh we don't give ourselves patience because we believe that the world stops when we stop.
yeah.
Or if I don't do enough, people around me can't do enough. A lot of
How
people are finding. Go
I
ahead.
gotta ask, how arrogant are we,
Oh
bruh?
man, bro.
Oh God. To sit here and say, man, we if I don't XYZ, then everything is gonna stop for you because you didn't. Come on, man. We got to be. Let's humble ourselves a little bit. That ego, man, is gonna be the death of us if we don't
It
figure
is
out how to get this thing together.
the
But
worst
you were
three
about to
letters.
say something else.
No, one
You're
of the
right.
worst three letters in history. Ego, boy. Them things.
Right.
But and always funny, man, when you see a athlete get to a point where they say, "What am I gonna do afterwards?" Or when it's over with, or when I tear my ankle or my, you see the strain on their faces. Like Jimmy
Yeah.
Butler just tore his ACL, and Draymond Green says all he kept talking about, I can't take my kids to go to the arcade in the morning.
Hmm.
Jimmy, somebody got them. Why don't you go ahead and get well first, buddy? Because that's
Right.
how we think. I have
Right.
plans. I got things to do, and it's amazing when you realize if you ain't healthy, nothing happens for you. Everything else is gonna move, man. We gonna make it
Doesn't
work.
matter. Doesn't
But
matter.
if you don't do it, it's amazing the things people do. It's amazing.
And we again we're pinpointing on, like, Jimmy buckets, popping his leg, injuring his leg there. But again, what is it that we jump right to the physical? But what emotional pain is he going through right now? What mental anguish? He 30, what, 36, 37 years old.
All that
He
popping his
knocking on
head.
it. Yeah, yeah. And that, again, the orthopedic surgeon can go in, we can get the tendons put back together. But where's the scar for this? Where's the
Yeah,
scar for that? How do we see that and acknowledge, hey, brother, it's okay.
yeah.
You need some help, or it's gonna take some time, or maybe the career is over. And what do we do from this point? Um, Man, that's the hardest part for me, dude.
And you're right, dog. When we do, again, you went back, like we said earlier, we can see the physical. He can see the knee. He'll be able to get all that done. But now he's thinking retirement. I think the kid's metaphor is just a thought of his life. So what I'm gonna do next?
Yep,
What are
I
they gonna
agree.
do without me? It wasn't that
Yep.
he's saying I gotta take him to the arcade in the morning. It's like, dog, what does this mean? You know what I'm saying? Where do I go? What do they do? And I think it's also a lesson. In patience for yourself is not what it used to be. It's called arrogant now. We talk about ego and arrogance, but it's called arrogant when you want to take care of yourself and heal yourself. Hey man,
Mm,
let me take a break, man. Let me get myself together. Dog, we got stuff to do, man. Come on, come on. We allow societal pressures to make us not get well because we feel like something has to be done now. Dog, I need
yep.
to let me take a break. Like it was a hard decision for me, Bobby, to say I'm going to quit pursuing the Falcons to do credential media so I
I
can have
remember
my
this.
Sundays.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the best decisions I made. And so I stopped reaching. It took a while because I kept getting, pissed off, rejected. But when I finally said, I don't need them, I don't need that, and I got a whole day to just maybe reset, it's allowing other stuff to happen, which it couldn't happen before.
I gotta ask, how, as a person who works in sports media, like this was your thing, and NFL is probably the golden ring of sports at this point. Um, where did you? And I want us to tie this in because we're talking about the patients. How did you get to a point of acceptance that said, you know what, I don't have to do this, and not walk away bitter?
A couple of things. One, I pride myself on doing sports other people don't do.
Okay.
So I cover sports like that. So it's kind of was like I'm seeing everybody else go and they talking about that, but you're one of many, and you're not one of the big guys.
Right.
Two, it allowed me to not hate the team I'm a fan for. So I was able to, if I don't disconnect now, I'm gonna hate the sport. I'm gonna hate professional NFL. And three, dog, it just really became when it like now in sports with basketball and all this going, I was literally doing sports 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Where was the break? And then I'm working 40 hours at a regular job. Where was the break? And I needed it. And it's still enticing, but it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
as needed as now. Like right now, I'm here on a Sunday watching the NFC Championship game, AFC. They going on, but I'm not caring. The Super Bowl didn't really care. It wasn't really. I've been to a Super Bowl. When I went to the Super Bowl, that quenched a lot of my needs. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm.
Yeah.
I'm. This is a. And I was disappointed in the Super Bowl.
Really? Hold on. And we coming back to this pain thing because this is all tied in. But I gotta hear this. You were disappointed in the Super Bowl as a
It,
media person because you went media, right?
media slash fan. No, I went as a fan.
Oh,
One of the
okay.
guys
Okay.
I was about to go, he gave me tickets to the seats, and they were $900 for a nosebleed section, or they're more than that. And I went, and it was so quiet. It was like there are no fans here. There's a bunch of corporate people with money who got these tickets, who half of them don't cheer for neither team, and I'm just looking like this is boring. Halftime, cold. This was in Atlanta last time. Coldplay was here. It was New England versus the Rams. Tom Brady won another ring there. But I was so unimpressed. Like this is the epitome of the game. and nothing draws me to it. It's like, you know, media week trying to get people to come do interviews. I'm like, none of that. It just really took a lot out of me when I thought it was something I really wanted to do. But when I got a taste, when it was in Atlanta, a lot of things hit. Now, I'm not going to be one of those hypocrites because I didn't start this pursuing the Falcons until last season, the year before last. So it
Okay.
wasn't, but after a while, I was like, I'm tired of getting rejections because I don't know, there was some other political stuff that I won't get into
Right.
behind the scenes. But the Super Bowl really disappointed me. It really wasn't. And a lot of the bigger games, Bobby, I'm noticing in my age, the bigger the game, the more pretty it gets. It's not fan gritty. It's not.
Right.
It's a lot of everybody's fighting, and the bigger the station, and then when the four-letter network gets involved, I really don't like to be around it
Hmm.
because when they get involved, I'm like, it's all about them and everybody else. You work in your media for all this year, and then somebody come in and say, "Oh yeah, the four-letter network here, shut everything else down. They got to get everything," and it
Yeah.
just it didn't appeal to me like I thought it would. And I'm again, if somebody say, "Hey man, you got a credential to the Super Bowl," I probably cover it because
Right.
it is what it is. But am I going to go insane to pursue it? No, and that just might be 12 years doing this now. I might be like, you know what, the
So,
pain.
and
Go back to the pain though. The
yes.
pain of rejection
Okay.
had to get me to peace,
Yeah.
my mental peace. The
Yeah.
pain of fighting for a decade, covering 95% of the sports in Atlanta, but I couldn't cover the big dog.
Right.
And knowing that there were other things that was preventing me from covering it made me say, there's other things out there. So I had to get through my own pain of realizing I got to have patience through this and do something else. And honestly, we still talk about the game, but we don't be taking photos saying I was there
Yeah.
does nothing for me. It just doesn't. I want to ask questions. I want to be able to talk to people after the game. I don't want to do a little silly media stuff at the beginning where you ask us, what's your favorite fruit? I don't care. I don't care about nothing. I don't care your girlfriend. I don't care your kids. I want to talk football. I don't care about
Right.
none of the other stuff, dog. I am not that guy. And I guess that's why I'm feeling better now because I wouldn't be at there. Tom, uh, you spoke. I heard you like to drink Kool-Aid with orange in it. Which and I don't care about none of that. I'll be sitting there like,
That's exactly what they do too. God, it's crazy.
and they'd be like,
I
"Oh, this is the
think
greatest question ever." I don't care. I mean, but yeah, that's the reason why.
I think your response when you said I have to be patient with myself was probably the best answer we could have given as to how to deal with this pain. Because that's where it starts.
Yeah,
That's where it starts. That when we're able, because again, we, my one of my daughter's favorite statements, and we've heard it before. Comparison is the thief of joy.
the thief of
That we
joy.
spend so much time, I'm not here. I'm this old, and I should have been here by now. I've done this, and I got this degree, and I should have been able to X, Y, Z by now. And instead of being patient with ourselves and saying, hey, just walk your path. Do what you're supposed to do, and just let's just watch it come to fruition. You might go on a different path. It's possible, but give yourself that grace to be okay with whatever path it is we're walking. That's where
Absolutely.
man, that's a huge start.
And you know
Huge
what's
start.
funny? We've seen so many kids do so many things. Honestly, doing what we do allows us to see kids doing their own lane and fighting their own pressures. Some people like their hair big. Some people like it with color. Some people like it short. Your path is your path. But when we start saying at 52 I should have had, and look, this me. Hey, this is being real right now. I should have
Guilty
had
as
this,
charged.
this, and this. This should have been here by now. I should be making this, and it's so
Yep.
when you do face the pain of loss, or you don't, your contract ends or something happen, you don't give yourself the emotional grace to say it happened, take it in, accept it, and move on. You keep saying, "Man, I wish I would have had. I wish I
Right.
could. What can I do to get it back?" And that's why we spend so much time headaches and stressed and in hospitals. So that's why the
Yep.
hospital system and medical system are making a lot of money off us
Come on.
because. So, Bobby, how do we in our healing stage? know that we are healing and not just distracting ourselves?
Uh, for me, it's very similar to your Achilles, um, because it's
Mm.
now we're both again athletes, so we've had our share of injuries X Y Z. I've broken my ankle 3 times playing basketball. Yeah, it was time to stop. Uh, Great, I was Grant Hill up in this book. But at some point, you go through the time, the cast, and then you start testing it. Like you was out there with your puppy, and all right, let me see what it's doing. Oh, okay, it ain't quite there yet. All right, yeah, but but you have to test it. You have to say, all right, I'm a go for this rebound, and I'm not gonna be hesitant when I jump. Let me see what my ankle feel like when I come down. Okay, all right, all right, that's a little tender. Let me get my
Yeah,
tail
yeah.
back over. Emotionally, I think it's the same way. I believe if we take things like, for example, like relationships,
Mm.
I know that's something black men hate to talk about, but when we're talking about meeting a young lady, or shoot, for some of y'all a young man, I ain't judging, um, and we've been hurt in the past. All right,
Mm.
man, I ain't finna get out of her. I'm just finna treat you whole like I treat them. And then yeah, because you still hurt.
Yeah.
Your Achilles here is still injured, and at some
Hmm.
point you're gonna have to test it out to see
Mm.
how well you. Because if you don't, then it's not healing. You'll
Mm.
never know it's healing. It's everything is a distraction at that point, and because you're doing this out of fear. I
Yeah.
don't want to get on the court because I'm afraid I'm gonna break my ankle again. Okay, but if you love the sport, which I did, I loved playing basketball. But so at some point, all right, well, if that means, man, one of my favorite dudes on the planet. You ever watch CT Fletcher?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
CT Fletcher. I mean, if I get a chance to meet that dude, I like that dude. He's he's
I'm
he's
kind of
intense as a mug.
I'm kind of scared of him, but yeah. Yeah.
But of course, this whole story was as a bodybuilder and what he was putting into his body when he was younger. This man had a massive coronary heart attack,
Yeah.
and they did surgery on him and got him back. He said he died like twice on the table, and he was told when he came out of surgery, the doctor said, "Look, that's it. You're at such and such an age now. If you get on a weight bench one more time, you may rupture your freaking valves. You can die on a bench." And this man looked at it and said, "Then let me die, because that's what I love. And at some point, I got to test it out and see." Now that was 3 decades ago, and this man is still around, pumping iron, training people, because he didn't allow the fear to. And some people think that's crazy. I think that's crazy. But the fact that he was able to push past that fear and test out his heart, test his ability, test his uh, where he was headed, says a lot about his healing, because the healing happened here first.
Yep.
It had to happen here first, and once it did, nothing else mattered. So I think that's the key way we have to kind of take a barometric pressure of it. Test it out, see where you're at mentally. And
Yeah.
if you're willing to step out there, then yeah, don't mean you're fully healed, but it does mean that the healing is underway.
That is a fantastic guide to compare because you kind of said it too about testing it out. Because most of the time, if you're healing, you're back to doing what you love. That's why
Yeah.
it sounded crazy what he said, but it made sense. He was like,
Yeah.
I don't just lift to lift. I love when I get up on
I
that bench
loved
and
it.
push that weight. And
Yeah.
if I die doing that, okay. I'd rather be doing that than not walking around tomorrow. Well, at least I ain't dying. No, because I guess for me, when you're just distracting yourself, you're doing it because you feel like you have to. But when you're healing and you falling, you back to doing the love, and you waking up every day like I love this. This is what it's. You'll know. Like I love walking, so I didn't like sitting in a room. So now I'm back to doing that and stuff. So, um, healing to me, and that's a great. That CT was a great story. I like that one. He scared me a little bit, but I like CT. But but he said I'd rather die because if I can't get up under the bench, bro, and just if it's just the bar, if it ain't got
Right,
to be 500 pounds, if I can't just do
right.
that, that's there. Because a lot of us don't realize what we are therapeutic for us.
Ooh, he
That's
said the
probably
T word, y'all. He said the T word.
he probably like that. He probably woo saw every time. Woo saw. Every time he go up with a weight,
Yeah,
man, it probably just takes his mind to a place where he loves to be. And that's the thing. When you're healing, you'll know you'll be back in
yeah,
love with what you're doing. Because if you're
that's
not, you're
right.
distracting yourself. That weight gonna seem a little heavier. You're gonna be a little scared to put that plate on it. You're gonna be that's CT. See, man, you always got great story, boy. You always reading stuff, man.
Well, then you come back with the words because I'm gonna tell you a word that you said that scares me to the depths of hell. Um, obligation. Like
Oof.
when you're that distraction you talking about.
Yeah.
That I'm working this 40-hour week 9 to 5 because I have to. I
Yeah.
don't want to be here. I don't like this place. But I got bills to pay and I got children to feed and I got a family to support. I get that. I'm not knocking it.
Yeah.
But at some point, obligation leads to one thing only: resentment. And when you're moving out of obligation and resentment, yeah, that's you can't heal. You
Yeah.
cannot heal in that. That's so maybe that's a better way for me to respond. Like
Yeah.
you'll know it's a distraction because you won't be able to heal. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you like that, oh man, hold on, my WSB all in my ear.
No.
But and that's a big thing too because you can distract yourself with what you feel like. I got to do this. That
Yeah,
word, those two words, got to. That's a
got to.
tough phrase to hear because I got to do this. And when you do that, you find yourself not doing it. Like for
Right.
me, coming to an area of everybody I talk to know that my thing is I want to heal and be able to do optimize, do this and the nonprofit. But there was a time where it was a burden for me. When you lose and you're not getting this and you ain't getting this, I wasn't healing. I was just like, I feel like I'm doing it for obligation. I'm just
Yep.
distracting myself. Now I'm beginning to find the love again. I love doing these shows. I love talking. I love doing things like the Alliance Theater and all that we're doing. That stuff is finally, it's taken a while to be able to say, okay, I want to do it. Because trust me,
Yeah.
when you're distracting yourself, you thinking about leaving it alone a lot. How can I
A
get rid
lot.
of it? How can I quit this? I don't want to do this no more. This sucks.
A lot.
But when you're healing the love, you back under that bench. You
It's
upset.
amazing. It's amazing how a single letter can change our perspective. Because I agree with you that when we got to, we hate those words. But if you change that O to an E, what happens?
Get to,
Now
man.
we get to. Now
Yeah.
it's a privilege. Now it's an honor. Now it's I could wake up in the morning and I ain't got to be. I got to go to work. No, I get to
I
teach
get to.
chess. I get to do optimize and work with
Yeah.
kids. Yeah, that's a whole different ball game when you switch that letter around.
Switching the letter. Get to the got to. That's two totally. It's funny. One letter can change your whole
One
perspective on a
letter.
lot of things.
One letter.
One letter. What does doing it the right way looks like when you're rebuilding? What does it? I think we kind of just did it, said a
I
little
think we
bit.
did.
What I think we did, but that was one of my questions. I think we might have, but just let's expound on it a little bit. When you're rebuilding the right way, when you're doing it the right way.
I wish I could get the quote right, but I think it's something to the effect of um, I know there are three ways not to do something: the right way, the wrong way, and the only way. Like so, so the right way is very specific to the individual.
Right.
What might be right for Glaze may not be right for Bobby. That's just
Absolutely.
how it is. But back to your initial statement about being patient with self, that I believe it's up to us to take the time to find out what's right for us.
Right.
and then not to walk around so high, mighty, pious, holy, and righteous that we think that our way is the only way to get it done. No, no, no,
Right.
no. That's the way for Bobby decided to go this way because it worked for Bobby,
Right.
and that's what's right for him.
Right.
Now, that's where it should stop. My dad's favorite quote, and my dad don't talk a lot, but he left this. He gave me this one when I was about 7 years old. He said, "Your freedom ends where another man's freedom begins."
Mm.
So the moment my right begins to impede on what you're trying to do, I don't overstep my boundaries.
Yep.
Now, to answer your question in that roundabout way, um, I think you're right. I think we did kind of answer it because you're going to know it. The
Yeah.
moment you step out there and you start moving in the right way in your healing, things begin to fall into place.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't mean it's what is it? It's simple, but it ain't easy.
Yeah.
It is simple. We step out and we do that thing, and then you look up and the right phone numbers are calling you,
Yeah.
and the right people are crossing your path, and you just find yourself in a space where it's like, oh, okay, the road is getting smoother. Doesn't mean you ain't still gonna have some bumps and some ups and downs, but the moment you step out and do things how about this? When you're moving righteously instead of just
Mm.
right, that makes all the difference. You move righteously, you won't mess up. You just won't.
That's a big difference. And I think a lot of us, I love what you said at the beginning of that. Moving the way that you feel is right. It don't mean it's always right for everybody. It doesn't mean it's
Exactly.
gonna be right. But if you can wake up with yourself every day and say, I felt good about that.
Yeah.
A lot of us spend a lot of times in present company, me included, where my righteous or my right, I try to depend on others to let me know it's right. Because the right way is always saying, hey, what you think? Oh, and it's one of the biggest problems with social media. We think we need thousands of likes to tell us we're doing the right thing.
Yep.
It could be you being able to look in your mirror and saying, Bobby, you a bad MFer, and feeling good about it. Or it could be that one text that somebody sends you and say, thank you. That's all I needed, bro. Thank
That's
you.
it.
I thank you so much for being there, dog. And you never know. And when you don't look for it, you feel good about yourself. That's when you know you're doing it the right way.
That's it.
Um, but if you're looking for others to give you that like or that heart, or to say, bro, you killing it, we gonna say that to you. So your boys, and make sure you got some people that are telling you, hey man, you sure you okay? Is this
Yeah.
you doing it? Hey, you a little strong over there. You okay?
Right.
Because Bobby just said it. There's the right way, the wrong way, and the only way. Sometimes you thinking you're doing the right way, but you definitely doing it the wrong way. And you need somebody to be like, say, hey, bro,
Right.
your piece is causing a lot of disruption over here. So
Yup. Yup.
tell your dad thank you, because if your piece is bothering another man's freedom, is it freedom? He said, your
Yeah. Your
freedom.
freedom ends where another man's freedom begins.
Yeah, because if you got people being disrupted by your piece, and you're not doing it the right way, your piece should be your
So,
piece, dog.
so, ladies and gentlemen, I need to say this while we got it on air. I can publicly say I can hate Emmanuel Glaze right now because he's just kicking me all in my gut. So, dude, every morning I get up and
I'm gonna keep reminding you, dog. You told me this 10 years ago. We're going a decade on that phrase. I'm telling you.
right, right. Every morning I get up, I do a little personal meditation for the day, and I put it on my little journal, my little electronic journal, and my affirmation. And today's affirmation, dude, said, to paraphrase, I will concentrate on internal validation versus external acceptance. And the fact that here you are bringing this back, man ain't read none of my, but here you go, bringing this back to my doorstep all willy nilly.
There you
So,
go, man.
yeah, I can't stand you right now, but I
Hey,
love you.
hey, man. Yeah. Hey, love you too, and I get it. Yes.
Yeah.
You done kick me many times on these shows, man. So hey, it's all right to kick one or get kicked in the back of the knee every now and then, or
Right, right. Oh, oh, need some correction. Need some correction.
because we talked about the word therapeutic. That's one of the things I've faced a lot in my life. No matter all the success I've had, you still look for others to say, "Good job, dog," and you sitting there
Yeah.
like, or if you don't get it, you sit there and be like, "Y'all ain't gonna say nothing."
Mad at the world.
The funniest story, man. She gonna kill me if I say this, but I'm gonna say it. I changed the light bulb in the closet.
Okay.
You know why? Because the light was flickering. It wasn't working.
Okay.
I changed the freaking light bulb. But for some reason, I thought I needed to get acknowledged for changing the light bulb. I didn't cure it. I didn't paint the house. I didn't resurface anything. I, but for some reason, I needed to get told, thank you for changing the light bulb. Why?
Hurt your feelings, didn't it?
It did. And then I sit 5 minutes later, like, what the hell is wrong with me? It was the right thing to do because you couldn't see in that area. But for some reason, I needed the great job with the light bulb. It was a freaking light
Oh,
bulb.
okay. I gotta ask. Oh God, I gotta ask. So, what is that?
I
Because
don't
if
know.
we're honest with ourselves, black men who are watching this, every one of us has hit that rock. Like, wait, where's my attaboy? You ain't gonna pat me on the back? What the hell? I ain't doing nothing no more this. Where does that come from, bro? Like,
I, I think it hurt more to realize what I was looking for affirmation more than it was when I didn't get it. I'm like, did I really just cop an attitude because I didn't get an attaboy for that?
yes. Oh man. Golly. It's good to know I'm not alone out here.
It was a freaking. I don't even think I switched it. I just turned it a little bit and the light came on. It wasn't even big.
You didn't put a new bulb in, you just tightened it.
No. What is wrong, dog? What is that mindset to say
Man, we got to delve into that because that
it's a Thomas Edison created or whoever they say give credit for the
Thomas
light bulb.
Edison, Lois Latimer, we'll give both of them a little shout out.
They actually created it. I
Yeah.
just said felt like God or something. Let there be light. Nobody giving you love for changing the it's
No.
and I guess that brings me back to doing it the right way. When you're doing it the right way, you don't need that. You know it's the
See,
right thing.
so because that right there, we weren't doing it the right way. We was doing it the egotistical way. You know,
Oh,
hey, I'm ready. Somebody gonna tell me I'm gonna show it. No, because like you said, the right way, the righteous way says, man, the light is flickering, and I don't want nobody to get hurt or us to miss.
yeah.
Let me just put the light in, and then let me go fix a sandwich or something. I'm going about my business. It's a light.
Yeah, let me go back in my room.
And you know what happens when we do it that way? They walk up and go, "Thanks for fixing the light."
They
But the moment we seek it out, which we always do, oh my God, that is so funny. Golly, I cannot believe this story is being told a million times around the world right now. I know
it
it
is the
is.
craziest thing. I sat back and said, am I really getting upset because I did something that took literally maybe 2 minutes?
Right.
Because it was a high, I had to pull out the ladder, grab a there it is. Nothing? No, thank you for not letting me fall in the closet and killing myself. Thanks for doing your job. It is the thing that we all fight with. It's a pain we got to
Wow.
deal with. Just being able to do it the right way, man. And when you're
Yes, sir.
rebuilding, you might not get the attaboys, but you at least
Right.
can say, at least we can see. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing I said.
Oh man, yeah.
At least we can see. Now we can keep moving forward. There won't die. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody out there telling the guy that come out here and fix the road. Hey guys, appreciate y'all fixing that pothole. We know
Right.
y'all that's your job, but the pain you don't cause by not doing it. I mean, yeah, we cuss them out when they doing the traffic. Once it's done, we like, oh God, thank you, appreciate it.
Great
So
guy.
yeah, but yeah, man, I just wanted to share that story. That's being full transparent, boy. That's
Oh man. See, at
changing the
least
light
you
bulbs.
and it continues to come back to the first thing you said, man. It's got to start with self. It's got to start because if we look in the mirror and go, you know what? Hey, man, way to change that light bulb, dude.
Yeah,
We could have just let it sit there. But I'm proud of me. I don't need anybody else to be proud. The fact that I know I did what needed to be done. I walk around with a little step now, but because we have so little internal validation, it's all we can do is seek it externally. And if we don't get it,
yeah.
hell
And
to
here's the other
pay.
thing that hurts as well, Bobby. How long was that light bulb flickering? How long was it like that before I finally got up and did that? That's the part we don't want to face either. It's like you notice it, take care of it. Nah, I get to it. Oh man, it's still flickering. I thought it fixed itself. You know what I'm saying? If you'd have handled
I
it
heard,
3, 4 days earlier, but now the day you do it, you want everybody to stop what they doing and say, "Great job, guy."
I heard a woman say, look, if you tell a man to do something, he'll do it. You ain't got to remind him every 6, 7 months because sometimes that's how long it takes, man. We just like, God, dog, man. 'Cause it's been flickering. Hey, watch this. How many of us still got that fire alert beeping in our? Should have changed that battery 2 years ago, bro. Like,
I can hear Eric when I hear a video. I'll be like, "Damn, come on, bro! I want to text it, type in, please change your battery.
ah,
It's a 9 volt battery or whatever. Yeah, just go ahead and
that's
get
just what
some.
it was.
Just go ahead and get
Oh
some.
man.
Yeah, man. Hey, so yeah, that's transparency. But what advice would you give somebody, Bobby? And this could be us talking to us. We could be to somebody that feels behind in life right now.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, it's. I feel like I'm really just repeating you all day, brother. I ain't gonna lie, because the first thing I would say is you got to be patient with yourself.
Mm.
You have to be patient with yourself. Now, I don't. You remember the Ice Cube skit where the dude was standing outside, like, "What you doing?" "Oh, I'm waiting on Jesus." Like, now that don't mean you just sit there and do nothing. Right, right. Oh, you ain't gonna need that watch then,
You ain't
huh?
gonna need that watch then, huh?
But being patient with ourselves is being able to say, okay, I made this step and it didn't produce fruit right away, but that's okay because I made another step and I'll make another one and I'll continue these little steps until one day I look and go, oh, there's an apple on this branch. Wow, where did that come from? Like the fruit will come, but we got to take time and be like, you know what? I know I'm not that kid that's 20 years old making you know $2 million a YouTube video, and I'm not that CEO that is running a company. That I get all that, but I'm me, and I'm doing what I'm put here to do to the best of my ability, and that's where I think the true patience comes in. We got to stop lying to ourselves.
Yeah,
Be honest with yourself.
yeah.
If you know you bullshit, stop lying about it. You know
Yeah.
you ain't giving your best.
You
You
ain't
know you're
doing your
not putting
best.
your you ain't putting your full effort in. So that would be the first two things I would say. Be honest with yourself and be patient with yourself. You do those two things, and I truly believe everything else will fall into place.
So you're gonna kick me back about the whole just being because honest with yourself is hard, bro. That is
Ooh, we talked
you.
about that a couple of weeks ago.
It's been a few times I walk by the mirror thinking I'm 250 manual back in college, but realize I go back the other way and be like, wait a minute, that ain't the same angle I had before.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, it fell back in. It fell into place when I came back through the mirror. I think the hardest part is being able to be honest with yourself and just realizing if I do it right, it'll fall into place.
Mhm.
I can tell you right now, YouTube has got a lot of people in trouble because they've been
Got us
trying to
all
do
messed up.
things. Because you see somebody else's story, ooh, they did it like this. I'm gonna do it like that. That don't mean it's gonna work.
Right.
I can't fix a car like some of them people on YouTube. I go ahead and put some pliers in there if I want to. The car will stop running. It'll go from $100 problem to $1,000 problem if you go
Right.
do it wrong. So understand who you are and being patient with yourself. Because when you're not patient with yourself, you're gonna make a mistake or say something. Story of my life was 6 years ago when we were doing this, and a guy who gave me opportunity, gave us the crush opportunity to do something, said, "If you want to go big on here, I need you to be controversial."
Mm.
And I thought about it because that's everybody else was getting hot. This is when before everybody started doing the whole TikTok and all that stuff. I was like,
Yep.
yeah, if I go ahead and just start fighting for no reason, I wouldn't be able to live myself right now. I wouldn't be
Right.
the pain of saying stuff that I don't believe in, like going off on the saying LeBron James. LeBron James got a lot of people rich because either
Yeah.
you like him or you don't. I didn't like
Yep.
that. I was like, I'm bored with that, or doing stuff, or being able to realize at a point I don't need to be there. So being honest with yourself is the only way I can see that you can get through this. Your pain is your pain. It is nobody
Yeah.
else's pain. Even though they say a twin can feel your pain, they ain't the one that's gonna be limping. And I'm just you
Exactly.
can use it from physical pain. So if you dealing with your pain, deal with it, be honest with it, look at your angle and say, oh man, I'm really screwed up. Like I didn't believe I was having surgery till I had surgery. I'm like, oh, y'all really willing me back here? Oh, wait,
Yeah.
y'all really putting me to sleep? And an hour later I woke up like, y'all really did put
With
me
a
to
big
sleep.
scar on your leg. Right.
Well, I got a big cast on my leg. So it is one of those things, man. And I love that what you said about it. You got to be honest, and patience is a virtue. It is yours. Enjoy it, claim it.
Yep.
Um, when my doctor told me I had to be out for so many weeks for my Achilles, I'm like, it's just an Achilles. Best decision I made because I didn't
Yeah.
know what all goes into walking and crutches. I was terrible with crutches. I'm a big guy, so crutches wasn't my friend. And I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine trying to work with crutches or trying to go around. And it was hard to even bathe during that time, trying to
Yeah.
hold up and sit on. You have to be patient because if you try to go too fast, you will flip down some stairs and tear something else up or worse, you can re-injure the same thing. And even going with your emotional, you even said it. If your heart is your Achilles, and
Yeah.
it's already need mending and it's torn, and you try to do the same thing and rip it again,
Yep. It's gonna be
it's
worse than
not going to be
before.
good. It's going to be very much worse than before, man.
I,
Very
I
bad.
gotta ask this too, and because you mentioned the T word earlier, like when you were dealing with your Achilles, how did you know how to heal, how to get it fixed? First of all, who fixed it? What did you need to do to heal it? Like, where did you get all that information from?
My doctor, my
Bingo.
surgeon.
So, what is it about us mentally and emotionally, if we got healing to do, makes us think that we ain't got to deal with somebody who's a specialist in this to help us figure this whole thing out? You know,
You
I,
trying to get
I
you
have
you
to
trying to you trying to get me in trouble
say, no,
because you know
I'm
you know
talking
how
to the
we
mirror
grew up.
right
You know how we
now. Yep,
grew up.
yep, yep. That's why I say, ain't nobody
you
going to get my head crazy. Ain't gonna get in my head.
and it was the other thing. Just give it to him and he'll take care of
Just
it.
give it to them. Okay, you said that. I didn't.
I'm just being real. Our
But you're
mindsets has
right.
always been it's to seek help for anything that's not physical is crazy.
Right.
I heard the R word so much growing up. I used to think that was just if you do anything to help yourself mentally, you are that or something like that. And I was like, nah, the older I get, like, nah, you need to go get help, bro.
Yeah.
Go talk to somebody. Because if
Yeah.
not, we don't we and I think for us, Bobby, you know this. We all grew up on even injuries with therapeutic. We did our own medicine. We couldn't
Yep.
afford that. We was
Yep.
red dirt. Get some clay on it. You twist the ankle, throw some red dirt on it.
Throw
It'll
some
heal.
red down and wrap it up.
I tried that. I was out 3 weeks still. No, I had to go get some ice and listen
Yeah.
to the doctor.
Yeah.
Sometimes we feel as if that vulnerability of being getting help is makes us less of something. And
Yeah.
you started off 3 letters. Ego.
Ego.
Ego. Ego. Ego. Ego. Bobby, how would you, if you don't mind me getting a little personal, you've been going through
Yeah,
a lot of pain, a lot of problems, and I'm saying this as a friend as well as a co-host.
for
How
sure.
have you been? How have you been healing throughout this process?
Okay, since you had your transparent moment, let's go ahead and
Mine was a light bulb though, so
yeah. I guess my proverbial light bulb about to go off. Um, Honestly, not very well, brother. I haven't
mm,
handled it very well. This has
mm,
been hard. Like you say, dealing with a lot. And that last statement that I made was really a shot to the mirror.
mm,
That I know for a long time with everything that I've been dealing with, um, I got to get my ass to a therapist, brother. That's just no other way to put it. I've ducked it, I've dodged it, I've said, well, I can't afford it, or I can't find the right one, or oh no, I can't go to it because last time I went to one, she tried the XYZ, and so I need a black man to do. Uh, I got every excuse in the book, but I'm still not healing,
mm,
and so right now I've been putting red dirt on it. Let's put it that way.
mm.
Yeah. So this is, and maybe part of this, I try to find the lessons in everything when the ancestors and the universe begin to speak to you. Um, that, okay, I know this is not just about me, but in the midst of all this going on, maybe this is a subtle reminder that says, go get you some help. You're not built to walk through this thing by yourself. Yeah, you got friends. Yeah, you have significant others. Yeah, you have family. But if you were going to have um, an ACL repair, or if you were going to have, something happen with your lung capacity and you needed to get the lung, you're not going to go to your family and have them put you on the table. You're not going to go to your friends and have them give you anesthesia. You know, you're going to go to a specialist to go get you healed and healthy and whole. And so, emotionally, mentally, even spiritually,
Yeah,
um, we should seek out those who we trust. I don't advise anybody to go to a surgeon that they don't trust.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
don't have some level of rapport that you can talk to this surgeon and they answer your questions right, I wouldn't go under the knife with that person.
Mm,
But if they're reputable, if they have a track record that says they're good at what they do, um, then yeah, I'm gonna put it in their hands, and we should be doing the same thing from a mental, emotional, and spiritual standpoint.
yeah. And you talked about me. I get to see mine Wednesday, and it's just he comes. I talk to the surgeon, the actual guy, and he looks at it and how you feeling. Everything good, good. It might be 10 minutes, but to see the guy who did it talk to me
Right.
and give me a little update is always the good thing. So,
That's great.
um, yeah. And I will say, healing. None of us are Wolverine, but we
If
just.
you don't get that Marvel reference, go look it up.
And I just cheat for y'all. Wolverine can get stabbed and he'll heal himself.
Yep.
You get stabbed, you're gonna need stitches, make sure they ain't got an artery, they didn't hit the spleen. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
just
Right.
your mental could get stabbed too.
Yep. Yep.
Get it help. Go get it surgery. Get some help on it. So your healing can be complete when it's time to complete because it won't happen overnight.
Nope.
Trust me. As a 52-year-old guy, I'm still carrying things when I was in fourth grade.
Man. The conversations I've had with 8-year-old Bobby, whew,
It's amazing.
it's
So your
amazing.
healing take its time, but the reason why they're gonna take your time because if you're not doing what it takes to get well, it's gonna stay there. Untreated wounds stay wounds. That's why you see people with gangrene and stuff like that
Yep.
because they don't handle the wound. If you
Yep.
don't handle the mental wound and start healing yourself, it will turn gangrene and
Yep.
it will fall off or black out or whatever.
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna keep talking about this. Look, man, we're a different show. We're gonna help people
Yeah,
out.
we are. We are. We trying to heal, brother. We ain't out here just
We healing
trying
in
to cause
26, baby.
controversy. Yeah, we
We
healing in
healing in
26.
26.
We
Yeah, I'm
been
telling
there.
you about my goal is by 27. We'll be like, who can we heal now? I can change a light bulb and don't need nobody to ask me to do
Nobody.
it.
Nobody. I'll be right
Anything else
back. I'm
you
going to talk to my therapist.
anything else you want to leave with, dog?
You know what, man? No, just thank you. That's what I'll leave with. Just thank you, man, because this is necessary. This is
Yeah, man.
I got more out of this one than I expected, bro. This you put a challenge on me, man. Yeah, you put a challenge on me because I didn't. It's about that being patient again. I didn't even take the time until you asked the question to sit and go. I'm not doing so well. Whoa, hold on.
And I
But
wasn't
you,
gonna do it, but you asked
uh,
me about the Achilles, and I said,
yeah.
okay, thanks for opening that door, because I'm gonna ask you on air. Because I know you, Bobby. You think you the
Yeah.
Dark Knight for real, but remember in the Dark Knight, Bruce Wayne was walking with a cane. He was
I
getting
saw.
wore out. Remember all
I
the
watched that
marks
one
on his
last
body?
night.
He was hurting.
His
He was
back
still
was broke.
Batman,
Yeah.
but he had lost some scars on. So
That's it.
yeah, man. To
But,
me,
but
man,
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, dude.
yeah, same thing, dog. I love that we do this, and I don't. You've allowed me to not break down the show because I think Authentic Bobby is a great show, and that's why I love doing it. Because
Yeah.
if I tell you everything and I'm gonna break down all my questions, you'll be like, all right, I'm be ready for it. All right,
Right.
nah,
Right.
man, I need you to do that. But the thing is, man, if you didn't get nothing out of this show, but one thing, heal takes time. It could be a day, a minute, 5 hours, 5 days, whatever it takes. As long as you heal the right way so that on the other side you're better than you were before you got injured, that's
Yeah.
all you can ask, man. Whether it's at 40 or 50 or 12, still just
That's
do
right.
that, man. All right. Hey, give you shout outs, man. I know you want to say rest in peace to my homeboy, Kevin Scott Bivin, man. Very tough to hear this week. Didn't know it. He passed like a week or so ago. Unfortunately, bad as I say Facebook is, sometimes it's good to see things so you can at least know what
Yeah.
happened. And I was able to see that, man.
Yeah, much love there. I'll give a shout out to again to you, man. Shout out to the Morris Brown alumni, brother. Way to go, man. I see you. I see you.
I don't have to
You
talk. I
know,
just show,
he,
baby. We
he just show up. I don't write rhymes. I write checks.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so no, but and everything that's going on with NBC right now, just it's good to see people rallying around our Wolverines. Speaking of Wolverines, and doing the right things, man. So yeah, shout out to all the Morris Brown staff, admins, um, president, alumni, doing good things up there, man, and not letting people shake you off your thrones. Good
And
stuff.
let's get back to protecting these students, man. Get out for y'all high horses and wanna a lot of
Thank
y'all are
you.
spending I say a lot of y'all spending more time trying to be right than doing the right thing. A lot of y'all are mad that it didn't happen the way you said it was going to happen. So now you're spending all your time trying to tell why it didn't happen and that they were wrong. It doesn't matter. We still got a school that's going, figure it out.
Ego.
Get over yourself. Quit trying to say I was right and just say, what are we doing right for the school? And if it
That's it.
is to, if something happens, trust me, if it happens again, it'll be done. He'll be done. But if it's not right now, let's get these
Right.
500 students some work and some help and do what you got to do and quit spending so much time trying to talk about why you right. I don't care why you right. I don't read half your stuff anyway. I don't do long text. I don't do long Facebook posts.
I love it. I love it.
For my boy
Perfect way to
Bobby
end.
Jack, for my boy Bobby Jackson, it's your boy EGlaze. Check us out every Sunday at 4:30 right here on OTV Media
So,
Network. Hey man,
section
y'all have a
chocolate.
good one.
Section
Section
chocolate.
chocolate is in the building. We'll talk to y'all later.
Peace.